Hey guys, what's up? It's Keisha Baby, and I'm coming to you reporting the hood news. And we're gonna talk about Joseline Hernandez, aka Cujo. All right. So if you got time for the tea, come holler at me. See you in a bit. All right, guys. So we all have seen the Joseline and Big Lex brawl that occurred on Sunday during Mayweather's fight backstage. We've all seen the video, okay? And we all know by now that Joseline was arrested on Monday for 4 counts, including battery and trespassing. But this is what we didn't know. And I got this information over on Funky Dineva's channel. Please go check him out if you like this type of content. He's one of my favorite YouTubers. I like his point of view. I like the way how he thinks about things. He's very practical, very intelligent. So giving credit where credit is due, I got this information from Funky Dineva's channel. Okay, so let's go ahead and break down the fight with Big Lex, and then I'll let you all know the additional information that I received. So what we see online is Joseline Hernandez putting Big Lex in a chokehold, fighting her, beating on her. You see other people kind of jumping in to help Joseline Hernandez as if she needed it. You see her boyfriend / girlfriend all in Big Lex's face. And he did touch her. I was looking at the video. He did touch. He got his hands all in her face. You know, let's talk about him. I don't know what type of volatile, toxic, sick household he came from, but he's always, this is the second time that I know of that he is jumping in Joseline Hernandez's fights, being very aggressive with women. I heard the last incident that occurred on the show, like him and Joseline beat somebody down, and it was a female. I don't know too much about it. I don't want to give out any inaccurate information, but I do know that that's sick. And if I was his mother, I would be completely disgusted. I wouldn't even talk to my son if he had that type of behavior towards women. You know, I wonder, do him and Joseline beat on each other? I've never dated a man that would just cold cock a woman or fight a woman or get into women's issues. You know, I would, because I'm a lady, I would never be out there somewhere bent over in a dress beating on somebody. The only way I would even do something like that is if somebody harmed one of my children or my mama, or you know what I'm saying, something like that. But just because somebody was talking mess, I'm not about to give up my livelihood or be a bad example for my children because somebody said something. Like, Joseline's 36 years old. Grow up. You know, and another thing that she doesn't understand, that stuff is traumatizing to her daughter. It's traumatizing to see your mom fighting. You don't know if your mom is hurt or what. It's traumatizing to know your mom has been arrested. But, you know, allegedly it appears that Joseline's daughter can't be a priority because she would maintain her behavior a little bit better than what she does. So anyway, I'm going off. Let's just get back to it. So, you know, it doesn't seem like people are really doing their best to try to break this fight up, this treacherous, ungodly fight up. But, you know, there was this big security guard, this big white security guard, and Joseline slaps this man in the face at least 3 or 4 times. I'm talking about whap, 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 like hard. I guess because he's trying to break it up. She's swinging on folks who don't have nothing to do with it. One little girl, looks like Joseline hit her and she threw water, and she takes off running, and some dude, some grown, disgusting man hits this girl on the back of the head, right? Like, when did men start beating on women like that? Like, who raised y'all? A bunch of monkeys, a bunch of apes? Yeah, I'm gonna say it, because what type of behavior is that? That just looks like drug-induced, psychotic, I'm on something behavior, and it's shameful and it's embarrassing. Now let's go back to her slapping that big security guard in his face hard 4 or 5 times. If I was him, I would have picked Joseline big manly self up and put her straight on her head. She would have got massacred that day. And look, I'm not trying to be a hypocrite. I just said men should be beating on women like that. But women can't be beating on men like that either. Keep your hands to yourself. He had every right to defend himself. Not only that, I would sue the pants off of Zeus. Zeus should be named Zoo because they just hire a bunch of animals. That's an animalistic, demonic, gross network. I have never watched an episode that they created or produced, not one time. I refuse. That is trash TV, okay? Anyway, so you see Joseline beating up this lady so bad, Big Lex I'm referring to, where her boobs are out. I mean, it was just terrible. It was hurtful to watch. You see her boyfriend all in this girl's face bullying her. Like, what type of substance abuse are they on? Allegedly. Okay? Because you can't be like normal and sane and do stuff like that. All right? So we see the 4 charges. We all assume this is because of the fight that we saw. No. Let's go back to Funky Dineva and what he stated on his channel. He says that one of his friends was in a video who you see kick Big Lex. And she said, let me tell you what all wasn't captured on the video. She said, according to Funky Dineva's channel, number 1, looks like Joseline may have gotten jumped. We didn't see that part. Okay. Number 2, she told Funky the reason why she was kicking Big Lex is because she was really trying to break it up. Big Lex bit her ankle, and that's when she, in turn was kicking Big Lex. She also told Funky Dineva that those 4 charges that we saw weren't due to the fight with Big Lex. Joseline did not go home after that melee and got into another altercation after you saw all of that. And that's why she picked up 4 charges. So if that is true, if that be the case, I hope whoever she hit, the white chick, the white bouncer, I don't know what happened with her and Big Lex or who started that fight. But anybody she touched and they didn't touch her first, I hope they all press charges on her. It's time for Joseline to go have a seat somewhere. And I know Puerto Rico is part of U.S. territory, but she needs to be deported back where she came from. Right? Look, this is what I'm saying. I used to like Joseline. She has sides to where she's real cool, real funny. But I don't know if it's drug usage that makes her turn into Cujo, the rabid dog. But at a certain point, you have to remove yourself from toxic situations. And I know her network encourages toxic, sick, abusive behavior on other minority women, primarily. But Joseline has enough character, enough personality to where I believe she can make money without showing demonic behavior. You have to be an example to your daughter. I won't dare say that she has to be an example to the young women and men out here, because to me, that's your parents' responsibility and the people your parents put in your life. I hate it when people like, oh, this stranger is supposed to be a good Samaritan or a good example for my kid that don't even know this person. That's stupid. But you do have a daughter. You need to walk in grace. You need to walk in love. You need to walk in class. Because if that's what you want your daughter to do, she needs to see it. And it says a lot when Stevie J got custody of a kid. You know what I'm saying? When Stevie J, with all his antics and shenanigans, got custody, something is really wrong with you. Y'all can get mad at me if you want. But Joseline and I are about the same age. And I understand she came from a tough situation and she came from poverty. But you getting into fight after fight after fight after fight after fight. And no, I'm not saying Joseline's starting 100% of this. But Joseline is 100% putting herself in these toxic situations for $1. You know what I'm saying? I know the money is tempting, but all money ain't good money. Because people can say, well, Big Lex was talking mess. Look at how many people talk mess about Beyonce. They talk about her child. Sorry, that's my dog. They talk about her child's hair. They talk about her husband, call her husband ugly. They talk about her sister. They talk about her mom. Do you think Beyonce is about to fumble her bag and her image, fighting everybody who got something to say? When you have enough confidence in yourself and you know who you are and you believe in yourself, people can say what they want to say. It's not going to bother you. Joseline needs help. Her sick-ass boyfriend who wants to be the woman, who wants to be a woman so bad, she needs help too. Ballistic, the woman beater. I would never support them, follow them, nothing. It's sick behavior and it needs to stop. And even these young women on Joseline Cabaret and these women on Zeus Network, like, get some pride and self-esteem about yourself. If you got enough in you to have been on reality TV or hood famous, social media famous, I believe you have enough personality to do it in a more positive light, to where you're not risking your livelihood or your life. You know, it's all cute. It's all fun and games. But when Joseline turns around and kills somebody because she's in a fit and in a rage, what you think Zeus gonna do? She gonna be in the hands of 12 jurors. Half of them may be racist, and they gonna determine her fate. And Zeus ain't gonna be there to help her. Nor will they care enough. They'll just create another Joseline and keep it moving. So y'all, this is all I had to say about this. I'm disgusted. She needs to get help. She needs to get away from that toxic man. He needs to seek God and get help too, because you out here beating on women, fighting women. Like, who raised y'all? A bunch of animals. All right, so if you got time for the tea, come holler at me. Y'all take care.